manifests in everything. It explains that the masculine and feminine principles are ever present and active in all phases, planes, and phenomena. The Hermetic teachings make the clear distinction that when they speak of gender, it must not be confused with modern day interpretation of sex. Gender comes from the Latin root meaning to beget, to procreate, to generate, to create, to produce. This shows that the word has a broader meaning than the term sex. Sex is merely a manifestation of gender on a certain plane. This principle has been subject to much misunderstanding and misrepresentation, with ideas around sex being fanciful ideas around sex. However, the Hermetic principle of gender is solely that of creating, producing, and generating, and its manifestations are visible on every plane. Hermetic teachings have always identified the masculine principle of gender as positive and the feminine principle of gender as negative poles of energy and force. In my personal experience, the sun is the masculine father, providing light, heat, fire, the day, and a real tangible active power. As a sensitive, when I tune into this vibration, it literally feels like electricity. A similar thing happened one year when I was working in the garden, planting seeds and working with nature. I really connected with the seasons and how they each hold different conditions for seeds to grow and nurture. In the summer, one day, when contemplating the beauty of the harvest and also reaping the harvest, as I was pulling from the vegetables, I felt this really intense magnetic pull from the palm of my hand, connecting it to the energy of the earth. From this point on, whenever I needed to connect to Mother Earth, the connection was always felt as a magnetic force and pull. The book really goes into a lot of detail, giving many examples, but from rereading it again, I discovered the clear explanation of the poles of energy and force, in that if electricity is masculine and active, then gravity is feminine and negative. Interestingly, this law of gender divides into a sub-law where it goes into the mental phase of gender and its manifestations. It explains gender manifests within our minds, with our conscious minds being masculine and the subconscious minds being feminine. So it's just a little part from the Law of Gender, Kybalion, page 196, just from this second paragraph. The Hermetic teachers impart their instruction regarding this subject by bidding their students examine the report of their consciousness regarding their self. The students are bidden to turn their attention inward upon the self indwelling within each. Each student is led to see that his consciousness gives him first a report of the existence of his self. The report is I am. This at first seems to be the final words from the consciousness, but a little further examination discloses the fact that this I am may be separated or split into two distinct parts or aspects which, while working in unison and in conjunction, yet nevertheless may be separated in consciousness.